by far is my favorite intro I have made for one of my videos in a good while. You can totally picture Keith Moon's drumming style being mimicked by Bakugo when you are reading this chapter. Just that explosive personality of Bakugo being a maniac behind the drum set. That right there just meshes so well with Keith Moon's drumming style, and once and eventually this gets animated, it's just going to bring a smile to my face because being a rock and heavy metal music guy, just seeing Bakugo behind the drum set, I was smiling ear to ear. I'm like, yes, Bakugo would totally be a drummer in a band. But anyway, guys, we're talking about My Hero Academia, manga chapter 171, entitled Gentle and La Brava. And as the title of this chapter suggests, a majority of the chapter is dedicated to following around these two YouTube villains and just getting a little bit more backstory on their characters. What it is that they are, what it is that they do, and what they plan to do moving forward. And I am really liking Gentle and La Brava's character. I don't know what it is. It could just be the YouTube aesthetic of these characters, but I really do sympathize with what they are doing and what they are going through in this week's chapter. But when we move away from them and go over to Jiro in Class 1A, Jiro is in her element, getting to talk about music and trying to put a band together. But just getting to see Bakugo behind the drum set. That right there is amazing and just brought a smile to my face. But what I've been really enjoying with these slower chapters is just Horikoshi building up to the Culture Festival, because the timeline right now, we are still 1 month away until the festival starts. And in My Hero Academia's manga, that could be 2 chapters away or even 3 chapters away. We're not going to spend too much time building up to the festival, but what I'm most excited about is once the festival starts, because what character interactions do we get to look forward to within the festival? What do the other classes have planned to perform at this festival? And what insanity and chaos will ensue once we are deep down into the festival? Because as this chapter is suggesting, Gentle and La Brava plan to crash the party. They're going to infiltrate the festival, and even though we know that it's going to happen, all the insanity and the craziness that could happen afterwards is still left up in the air. So there are a lot of possibilities as to where this could go. And this could be a very eventful festival that could just like shoot up. And we're just like, wow, where did this come from? This came out of nowhere. But anyway, guys, let's start at the beginning of this chapter and let's talk about that little cover page with Gentle and La Brava. Gentle looks classy as always. La Brava looks cute and adorable. And the way I kind of look at this cover page, it's like a thumbnail for one of their villainous YouTube videos where you can kind of see them at the ending of their video standing in that exact same position, basically telling their audience, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all of our villainous content. And I myself, being a small and fairly unknown YouTuber, I really do sympathize with Gentle and La Brava because I know what it feels like to upload a video and kind of get no views on that video and just be like, wow, this really does suck. Nobody watched my video. So I understand where Gentle and La Brava are coming from. I'm not 6 years deep into it like they are, uploading their villainous content, but I understand what it feels like for these characters to upload their videos and kind of get upstaged by Stain and the League of Villains. And as we make our way through the chapter, we begin to dive just a little bit more into Gentle's character. And this is where the line between hero and villain starts to get very, very blurry, because I wouldn't really deem Gentle as a villain. He's very eccentric and doesn't know how to pour his tea properly, but he's not really a bad guy. The best thing I can compare him to, he is a Robin Hood-like character. He doesn't do the villainous things that he does to hurt people. He only wants to bring awareness to the ungentlemanly-like people he has deemed ungentlemanly-like. And the prime example of him robbing that convenience store, he's trying to bring attention to the fact that the big corporation in charge of this chain just ignored the fact that the pudding on their shelves past their expiration date. So he filmed his deeds doing that, but they're not really controversial enough. They're not really that interesting, which explains why Stain and the League of Villains have been overshadowing all of his videos. And this concept of people filming controversial videos and uploading them to YouTube, this is a very meta moment that Horikoshi is infusing into My Hero Academia. And it kind of makes me laugh because I bet you Horikoshi has seen on the news, and especially with the current state of YouTube, with certain people having very controversial moments, but also getting more famous off of those moments, it really goes to show that controversy really does lead to more fame when it comes to YouTube currently. You film a controversial video, you upload it to YouTube, and moving forward, your notoriety begins to grow. People start to view and share your videos more and more. And as you start to do more and more controversial videos, your following grows, and thus your fame and notoriety grows as well. And you become internet famous depending on how you view it. And this is just really cool that Horikoshi is kind of looking at the current state of YouTube and is using a villain to capitalize on it. Because if this was the real world, we had powers and heroes and villains, odds are a villain would be utilizing YouTube this way, where they would film something controversial, get their name out there, and just have their fame and notoriety grow that way, because it'd be the easiest thing to do, because people love controversial stuff. Everybody does. The only problem is that Gentle doesn't do controversial videos. He doesn't upload that type of stuff. And since he doesn't do that, Stain and the League of Villains end up taking away from his views. And the best panel that summarizes this is that panel with the YouTube comment section. This is a great moment within here where you have everybody just pointing out how tame Gentle is. It's like, why is he filming this stuff? One person even comments, he's using too many jump cuts. And the one comment I absolutely loved was just the 3 words of film La Brava. That right there, that man knows what will get Gentle more views. That is a smart man. Speaking of La Brava, she is cute and adorable in this chapter, and she is basically the one that is running the YouTube channel for Gentle. She is the one that knows all about Gentle's videos, knows when the account gets deactivated, knows when the videos get demonetized. She is the one running the online business for La Brava and Gentle, and I find that to be very, very funny, because she is the one getting more frustrated with the fact that their videos aren't getting the recognition that they deserve, and that they're getting outshined by Stain and the League of Villains. But as I was reading her dialogue, I was trying to picture what her voice would sound like, and I was kind of like picturing, you know, what would be a good English voice actor for La Brava once this gets adapted into the anime, like in season 5 of My Hero Academia. And English dub-wise, I think a fantastic voice for this character would be Monica Rial. I heard her voice in my head as I was just reading La Brava's dialogue. She would fit so well because she is used to voicing smaller characters. Good example being May from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It would be a perfect casting for La Brava if we ever get to this point. So I'm saying it right here, right now. I bet you Monica Rial would be the voice of La Brava once adapted into the anime. So as we end off our section with Gentle and La Brava, Gentle has come up with a plan that is going to skyrocket their fame and notoriety, because what they plan on doing is to infiltrate the Culture Festival at UA. And this is actually a really good plan on Gentle's part, because all eyes are going to be on UA. You're going to have all the hero students and all the hero teachers there, and security is going to be tight. This will be the most controversial thing that Gentle ends up putting up on YouTube if he actually ends up succeeding. So I'm really curious to see where Horikoshi is going to be taking the Culture Festival, because not only do we have Gentle and La Brava planning to infiltrate, we also have Deku and Mirio bringing Eri into the Culture Festival. We have all of Class 1A performing as a band and having a dance number. We don't know what the other departments have planned. This is going to be very, very interesting, and I am really curious to see what we have moving forward into the Culture Festival. So the last section really to talk about is Jiro putting the band together. As of right now, the class has 1 month to get everything in order. They got to get their band together, they got to get the music, they got to get the dance choreography down. So Jiro is in charge of putting the band and music together, and Ashido is in charge of teaching everybody the choreography. And I love getting to see Jiro in her element, basically letting everybody know we need this type of music, but if we want to do something different, we might need that type of music. This is how the band formation should be. She is in her element right now, and just getting to see how everybody is looking at her is like, wow, she really knows what she is talking about. This is a great moment for fans of Jiro, just getting to see her do what she does best, and that is music. Plus, finding out that Bakugo is a top-tier drummer has me very curious as to what type of music they will be playing at the Culture Festival. Bakugo will be taking out all of his rage, all of his aggression out on that drum kit, and I really can't wait to see that during the Culture Festival. But one small thing that I really enjoyed in this chapter that is kind of very subtle, and it's something Horikoshi has been doing these past couple chapters, is having certain characters talk and interact with one another that you never thought would happen. And in this chapter, we had Bakugo and Jiro actually talking with one another. I never thought that would happen, but just getting to see Jiro and everyone else talking with Bakugo and trying to convince him to play drums. I really enjoy that. Even though Bakugo was very cryptic in the beginning, basically saying, I'm not doing this for everybody at UA, but then still ends up agreeing to play the drums. That's just Bakugo for you, but the happy face that Jiro makes, just knowing that she is actually bringing the band together, she is slowly but surely getting all the pieces that she needs. It's just really cool to see that Jiro is taking her hobby and it's actually coming to fruition. This is just really cool to see. But one small detail that I really noticed that has been coming up these past couple of chapters has to do with Denki Kaminari. He has been putting all of the pieces together so far for the band and the choreography for the Culture Festival. He's the one this chapter that pointed out that Bakugo used to take a music class, and he's also the one that actually convinced everybody to have Jiro be the one in charge of doing the band for the Culture Festival. It's just something I noticed. I know there's this theory that Denki might be the UA traitor. It could be something that adds fuel to the fire, but as of right now, it's just something that I noticed, and I think that we should keep an eye out on it. And with that, guys, that brings us to the ending of this latest chapter for My Hero Academia. A very short, but still very enjoyable chapter. The groundwork that Horikoshi is laying right now, leading into the Culture Festival, has me very, very excited. We have Jiro putting the band together, Ashido in charge of choreography, and we have Bakugo on the drums. Boy, when this gets animated like in season 5 of MHA, it is going to be so enjoyable to watch. And not only that, not only are we going to have that for the Culture Festival, Eri is also going to be there, and we're also going to have Gentle and La Brava crashing the party. What other surprises does Horikoshi have in store for this festival? My mind is racing right now, but there are a few things that I think could still happen, but I'm just waiting to see if we get more information on it. But that being said, guys, I definitely want to hear your thoughts and theories and opinions about this week's latest chapter, but also, what do you think is going to go down during the sports festival? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, talk about My Hero Academia outside of YouTube, feel free to do so, guys. A link can be found in the description below. But with that, guys, the wait begins for chapter 172 of My Hero Academia. But until next week, I'll talk with you guys later, and remember, guys, Plus Ultra!